Welcome to the Tape Box. We're your hosts, Justin
and Ryan.
Couple guys.
Couple brews.
Let's get into it. I would say that we're both like avid eaters of pepperoni.
I would agree.
We're quite the dabblers in.
We delve.
I delve in the occasional roan. You know.
Why would you say this?
But it's fucking gross if you think about how they actually prepare it.
Like in a factory?
Yeah, because it's like the gnarliest, shittiest cut of the ugliest cow, of the fattest herd, of the greasiest ball stank.
Where are you going with this?
I'm just saying that it's like super fucking gnarly. How they fucking like it's all like the shittiest meat and they just like stuff it into like intestines and then like swing it up and like tie it and they're like, here you go. And we're like,
everyone's like,
we're like
gourmet.
Yeah. We're like, yes, thank you. This is some serious gourmet shit. Like,
finally, some delicious fucking food.
But it's fucking.
But it's the process is disgusting, but it's so good.
Yeah,
like I could absolutely crush a pack of pepperoni in like 5 minutes.
Fuck yeah, I could just sit here and be like, ooh,
like fucking vacuum clean, like straight into them,
like Kirby,
straight in my gut. Yeah. But I haven't actually like sat here and thought about it. Like when I ate it, like I wonder how like nasty this is actually behind the scenes.
Yeah,
but same as like McDonald's.
Quite. What?
Same as like McDonald's. It's probably nasty behind the scenes.
No, not really.
No.
No.
How did you know?
I don't know.
You're defending nothing.
I'm like, huh?
I don't know. I guess.
But it's like you were saying about our friend how the other day how he'd always like go and buy like a gnarly amount of
stupid amount of pepperoni
for like 6 cents, and they'd be like, yes, thank you.
Yeah. Like, when I used to go to his house all the time, because he lived up the street from the place, we would find, like coach change. Like, it was, like, $4.37, and we would go to the meat market and buy, like, we would hold out our little fucking, like, pile of change.
Nickels and dimes.
Yeah, and like, there's, like, a couple quarters, maybe a loony. It'd be like, how much pepperoni can we get with $4.37? Like, we would not care about anything else. That was on our mind as soon as we found money. And we would go. And, like, surprisingly enough, at that time, this was, like, years ago, $4.37 worth of roni was a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot of fucking
Well,
roni.
it's, like, gross-ass fucking meat. So, yeah, they're probably like, here, take the whole thing.
But then you go to, like, a store now, and you buy a package of pepperoni, and it's, like, fucking, like, $8.
Yeah.
For the shittiest, like, someone swept it up with a broom and then was like, there's dirt in it.
This is a waste. You know, we should find something to do with
it. And then they just put it inside fucking, like, intestine sockets. Socklets, I mean.
Socklets.
Or sockets.
And they just spin it up and they're like, here you go.
But I think they, like, put it in the big-ass, like baking thing or whatever. So when you bite into it, you get that crisp, like crunch.
Legit. But yeah, the whole idea behind it's fucking gross if you think about it.
It's just everything that they can't sell as like regular meat.
But we still eat it.
Because it's so good.
Still love it. That's all amazing. The way from like the little Slim Jims and the fucking hot rods up to
actual like sticks around it.
And like pepperoni on pizza. And then you got
I wonder if that's made the same.
I don't know.
Like all types of like pepperoni. Because there's like you know, like the little Slim Jims or whatever like that, and like hot rod sticks. All not a sponsor.
But they
might
could be.
All the way from like those little guys to the big guys, like actual like sticks of pepperoni.
Yeah. And
like pepperoni on pizza and shit. Like, are they all made the same?
Probably, but like, how is like the pepperoni on pizza like so like wide? You know, like it's fat.
It's like bologna. Bologna and hot dogs.
Callback.
Because it's just the same. A hot dog is just a smaller stick of bologna. Like,
A hot dog.
I'm undoing the reality of processed meats right now.
A hot dog is just the pepperoni bologna, and you're like, so what came first, the
Shut the fuck
the
up.
stick of pepperoni or the little flat of pepperoni?
Probably the stick, because they would have to cut the flat.
But what was like commercially sold first? Probably the stick.
Probably. I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know, man. Fuck. It's like the chicken or the egg.
They both did. They just like.
They were just there.
Yeah. They showed up. The chicken had the egg, and he was like, "This, this." He's like, "You don't get it now, but your kids are gonna love this." And like, what morbid fucking creature took a fucking like chicken spawn and they just took it and they were like in their fucking pan or whatever, and they were just like, haha, this will show you. Like the chicken probably like shat on their front deck and they were like, yeah, I'm gonna take your fucking baby and eat that bitch. And we were like, what?
Holy shit. Like,
Well, it's the same thing with like
pepperoni to eating fucking chicken kids. Oh my.
Well, yeah, it's like the same thing with like milk. Like, what was that first sick fuck doing with that cow that he discovered milk?
I wonder if
or they.
I wonder if they, this said person, would have actually stumbled across it by like pulling a teat. Like,
yeah.
Or was the cow just lactating? And they were like, hey.
Let me stick my mouth under that.
Like, hey.
Let me get a suck on that sauce bottle.
And fucking udders are nasty too.
It's just like eight nips.
Yeah, and they were just like but long, elongated nipples.
And they're all in like the same spot.
And
you know, like you see like
a fucking like bladder thing.
Yeah, if you see like dog nips, they like go up their body.
Yeah, it's just like
but a cow nip is just like
is a fucking
it's a sack
huge nip
with 8 fucking long ass
like pipe nipples.
You may even say pepperoni nipples. You know what I mean?
Stick nipples.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder if the cow was just lactating.
Maybe he was just jerking off a cow. He was like, "What does this little wiener do?" But to continue this in the less strange direction, well, not really, but it's crazy how many like cuts of meat we get from like one animal.
Yeah,
like people really just
like a whole ass cow, and all of them are priced differently, but it's still the same cow.
Yeah, like same mistreated, abused cow. Not that I'm like a animal fucking
activist. Or
yeah, fuck that.
Vegetarian, vegans.
Fuck that. But no, like it's crazy because they basically just take everything off these fucking animals, and they're just like, here's the thigh, here's a motherfucker, here's a breast, and I'm like, ooh, breast, titties, like.
So you're telling me chickens have titties?
Yeah, you're telling me a shrimp fried this rice?
Chickens just have titties. Speaking of chickens, this is kind of off topic, but drums or flats?
Wings?
Yeah.
Well, like, drums have a lot more, like, they look like they have a lot more meat on them, but they have a lot, like,
cartilage
and
shit,
fat, because, like, where the bone, like, connects at the top. But flats are, like, more complicated to eat, kind of.
Yeah.
Because you gotta, like, push it up through the middle and be like...
See, like, people, like, they put it in the whole fucking wing, or whole flat, in their mouth, and they, like, twist it a little bit, and then pull out the bone, and then they just have all the meat.
Well, if you think about it, the drum isn't a wing, is it? It's the flat that would be an actual, like, wing.
Yeah, I guess so. But that's, like, that's kind of the thing when you order wings.
So the
like,
drum would be like a leg, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So, chicken wings, flats or flats?
Yeah. So, flats it is.
Flats it is.
Flats are just superior. Because you can just, like, twist it, and they have, like, the 2 bones on the side, and you can just drag out the whole meat section.
Whole motherfucker.
And just, you'll have the bone perfectly intact.
Fuck yeah.
Because I hate leaving chicken on, like, on the bones. Like,
well, yeah,
yeah,
you gotta give it the good old Mark Zuckerberger. Get all the fucking...
the Mark Zuckerberger.
Get all that sweet meat off there, but yeah. I would say flats, probably 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you bring me a whole palette of, like, fucking...
Yeah, either way. Either way is fine. But flats would be, like... If someone asked me, do you want, like, a drum or a flat? I'd be like, just bring me flats.
Yeah, and you can just put them in and be like.
But I don't know how to do that. Like I don't know how to like twist it and like pull it straight out.
No.
That's something we need to learn.
You just kind of gotta like disconnect it and be like.
Because they still like have that little kind of piece of meat where you're holding onto it.
Yeah, they got the edge of it, so you gotta flip it around and give it the old.
So you just kind of gotta like loosen it up and then just like rip it off essentially.
I guess, yeah, that's kind of fucked though, eh?
Yeah.
That was once like a.
It's like a trick, almost like people that can like tie the cherry stem with their tongue.
Oh God.
I've never personally seen that done in my life.
Jesus.
But could you imagine?
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's a fucking magic trick.
People are fucking weird, man.
It's crazy.
This whole race is just up for question, like
at this point, yeah.
Constantly. Someone was just frying up some bat soup, and now suddenly I can't go to the bar.
Yeah. COVID conversation. Welcome back to their COVID podcast.
Not to get too deep into that because it's quite old now.
Yeah.
Not much left can be said. So.
It's been fucking
almost a year. We're getting there.
Yeah, dude. And it's been up in the air, and then it kind of went under for a little bit, and then it came back up, and then it went under.
And now we're fine.
And now we're going back up in it again.
Yeah, cases
here anyway.
Cases are rising again, and like
we don't even have that many like active ones.
Not compared.
But yeah, not compared to everywhere else. But at the same time, we don't have nearly as many people as everywhere else, like Ontario and Alberta and shit.
Yeah.
Like Ontario, I think right now has like 77,000 active cases.
Yeah, well, like,
but that's the entirety of Ontario.
Well, yeah, the province only has like 1 million people, and more than half of that are in the HRM.
Literally.
So, yeah, like.
So, COVID exists in the HRM only. Well, Wolfville had like a bad exposure somewhere. I can't remember where now, but yeah. I read it on Instagram the other day.
Oh yes.
But apparently it was like shit's shutting down there for right now.
Definitely.
But
well, fuck, they should just like literally make everybody stay home for like 3 months, and then it's gone forever.
Like,
but there's essential workers. Just people still need to work. Like,
give people like a couple days to go out and like get like all their food for like the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then just shut everything down for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because 2 weeks, that's like the time it takes for COVID to like go into your body and then like.
And you
leave.
could like,
well, unless you die, but like,
well, it'd still leave.
Yeah, I guess so. Regardless.
Well, you could still do that. You just wouldn't be able to close the hospitals down.
No.
So other than that, other than the hospitals, you could close everything.
All retail, all grocery, like everything like that. Just the essential services, like like hospitals or
maybe a
police
gas station.
And shit.
Just one.
Yeah. It would be so like, I don't know. It would be so much better because it wouldn't be everybody fucking like dying and shit because of this. But that's what it takes.
Yeah.
It takes people fucking dying for the government to be like, okay, maybe we should do something about it.
Like that would be very hard to do though, because like a lot of people went through like an actual like 2-week period and they didn't go out.
My mom did.
Well, I did.
She did not have COVID, but
I've been working this entire time.
Like she went away, and then came back, and she had to self-isolate for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And she said it was fucking brutal.
Fuck that.
But
that's what it would take.
That's exactly.
To get everybody to do it. Everybody do it at once, and then suddenly we don't have a fucking literal global problem anymore.
No. It'd be easy. It's easy as fuck to just be like, stay inside. And everybody to actually listen.
Yeah.
But here we are.
To like make people stay
telling
inside.
everybody to fucking listen.
Stay the blazes home. Fucking God.
I remember when that and the Nova Scotia Strong thing was like a thing, like a big ass thing.
Yeah.
And everybody had it on their back windshield, like little stickers and shit. I love when people have like the "Stay the Blazes Home" thing on their fucking back windshield. I'm like, you're driving.
You're out.
You are not home.
You're not home.
You are not staying the blazes home.
You're staying the blazes everywhere but home, apparently.
You're contradicting your whole argument here.
Yeah. So NSLC, essential service or no?
Technically, it is deemed an essential service. Yes.
Technically, it is
because
you got Alcos and stuff.
Yeah,
that would like literally.
Some of them get abusive. That's what it was like on the news.
They would literally
keeping it open because to have people not have that cause like
go crazy.
Yeah, it would make them literally go fucking nuts.
But I couldn't blame them because I too do not want to stay inside. But I mean, anyways, we said this wasn't going to be a COVID conversation. We made this into like a total fucking COVID conversation. But anyways, December is a sensitive topic for the both of us because neither of our mothers got us advent calendars this year, and I'm like,
no, I think this is the only year in my life that I've had to buy my own advent calendar. I'm glad that I did though, because I got it on sale. See that? $5. Like, I got it on sale for $5, and it's one of the Kinder ones, so it's actually decent. It's not like that weird like chalk nasty
funk
weird chocolate. Yeah, it's actual chocolate. But
I've seen that there are advent calendars for whiskey.
I've also seen that they have beer ones.
Yeah, and they do like it's like a little one of those like tiny little Mickeys or whatever you want to call them.
Spark plugs.
Yeah, and you just go just fill a little cup and you're just like, that'd be sick.
So you're drunk every day.
The beer advent calendar would be heavy as fuck because it's just 25 beer.
Well, it's actually 24. You don't drink on the day,
I suppose. But anyway, that's pretty fucking. That would be cash.
On the topic of Christmas, I told my mom this year that if she doesn't make me a stocking, because that's my favorite part of Christmas. If she doesn't make me a stocking this year, I'm gonna call CPS. I'm 21, by the way.
Stockings are like the best thing.
Yes, bro.
Because you get like shampoo and you get chocolate and treats and you
people
get
are
all
like,
this...
no, the best part about Christmas is spending time with family. I'm like fuck. I'm like, no. Stockings. Not even gifts. Stockings, bro.
Stokins.
That is the best part of Christmas in my eyes. And it's, I don't know why. No, like...
It's just such a miscellaneous sock of items.
Man, in a sock. In a sock.
Like that, you know. Fuck yeah. Whose foot is that big?
Who came up with like, yo, we should stuff socks full of shit.
Right?
And give it to kids.
Magnum socks.
I wonder if they had like, if they just like used their own socks. Like at the very like beginning of this trend.
The trend? Probably, yeah.
They just like had their fucking long ass knee gray socks and they were like wool and everything for hunting.
Fuck yeah.
And they just stuffed them full of like shit, unwashed, everything.
Yeah.
So you get your surprises for Christmas, but then you also get the surprise of stank.
Stank food. Big fucking chunk, nasty. You got like the little fuzzies in there. It smells like the fucking coal mine.
It's just dad socks.
It's dad socks. Yeah, dad had the big ass, long, thigh high socks.
Thigh high socks. Also, on the topic of socks, think how far socks have come. Like, between, like, how we were just talking about old daddy old socks, gnarly ass coal mine wool socks for kids' treat things.
When they first started.
Now they're, like, you can find socks of any type. You can find toe socks.
Ugh.
You can find, what?
Can
you imagine?
That shit's weird though.
But
just
like comfortable.
Just like the toe shoes.
That's weird because it's like.
Well, what's the difference?
Because socks don't contain your feet. Like shoes are, you can't. If you're just wearing a sock on your foot, you can bend your foot fucking no matter which way you want. With a shoe, you cannot.
Yeah, but those toe shoes are like pretty advanced.
Advanced.
Yeah.
They're not like. Yeah. They're still shoes though. Like they're not.
See.
They're not gonna be as comfortable as just wearing shoes, like shoe socks, toe socks. Well, I mean, but then you get like toe socks, ankle socks. You got the dad like knee highs where he's wearing Birks. You got the New Balance. You got like the calf highs with a New Balance grill socks and shoes.
The Grill Master socks.
You got the fuzzy ass ones. You got wool socks, which is just the same thing. So many fucking socks.
So much socks. Somebody's really banking out on socks.
Do you think just one person owns the idea of socks though, or did it branch off to other things?
Well, you gotta think probably like it's as weird as it is, the first sock was probably like a fucking sheep intestine, or it was like a sheep stomach or something fucking gross.
And they were just like, I should put this on my foot.
I should just dig my foot.
Do you think the sock or the shoe came first?
Definitely the shoe.
Yeah, I would say so. So they put a sheep intestine in the side of a shoe.
Yeah. Well, like like shoes back then would have been like those like clogs.
Yeah.
Stupid shit like
just
that.
Wood shoes.
Fucking god, man. Have you ever wore a pair of those? Like
I don't think.
Like, did you ever go to like Citadel Hill and they were like, here?
I've actually never been there.
This is what shoes were like, or like stupid shit like that.
No.
No.
Have you?
Yeah.
And how are they?
Awful. Unfortunate, even. Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they made them look like that either. Like, why didn't they just make them like little like squares? But they made them all like.
Well, I mean, yeah, they were
like,
trying to find like the comfort zone,
the fashion.
But also to like follow that, you got to think about how like crazy like the fashion was back then. Not fashion, obviously, just like what they wore. They wore like rags and like fucking sheepskin knapsacks, like, you know, like it was like crazy time. So to come out with like a fucking the first Nike sneaker.
I wonder when like brands started, because there was obviously like, you know, I don't mean like Nike and like or like Under Armour and like all that shit, but like way back, like what was the first brand? It was probably something like Gunther's Miracle Trousers. Like, you know how like way back they have all like the miracle tonics of like hair growth and like all that shit. Yeah, Gunther's Miracle Trousers.
And it's
literally just fabric pants.
IKEA pants. But Gunther's pants.
I wonder if they like put them all like if Gunther himself put them together.
I would reckon, yeah.
Or he just saw you the materials. Throw back to another episode of IKEA pants.
It was probably, well, yeah, until he got like people to work for him. It was probably just fucking him sitting there hemming,
just himself,
folding, selling.
Do you think he folds them?
No,
I don't think it would really matter back then.
Well, like old like rags and shit, would that shit wrinkle like this shit does today?
I don't think they really
like your
cared about wrinkles.
polyester and your shit like that. Yeah,
they were just fucking surprised that they could wear fabric on top of their skin.
They were like,
at that point they were like,
nice.
Hey. They were like, this is something I never thought of.
They were like, fuck yeah.
It wouldn't even matter about folding.
No,
like
they don't hang things up.
No.
Well,
they probably even have hangers.
Probably. Well, like, imagine
them
how
like drape it.
Think about how far like the clothesline goes back.
Yeah.
Because they would like wash their shit in the river, and then fucking like
and that was
hung
clean.
it, and then hung it, and they were like, nice.
Just imagine like this day and age. Going back, like if we like for say time traveled all the way back, imagine how fucking gnarly it would smell. Everywhere.
I was just gonna say everybody would stink.
Everybody would smell like fucking cheeks, like because it's not like over time people develop like stank. Like you just stink all the time. We stink just as much as everyone else does.
People
like,
were just accustomed to it.
Yeah, everyone just fucking smelled like ass.
So. Yeah, nobody had like a shower. They had like a big pot that they sat in.
Yeah.
And they were just like rubbing.
And like eventually there was a point where someone invented soap.
Yeah.
And then everybody was on board. They were like, hey.
Nice.
Now you don't have to smell like fucking like pit gnarly anymore.
Well, I mean, people like probably like quote wash their hands, but with just water.
Yeah. Just
to get the shit off their hands.
Anything that you think about, someone like had invented that. So who the fuck was like, we should wash our hands? Like.
Yeah. I should drink that water.
Yeah. I should probably put that in my body.
like, man. That's crazy.
I wonder if like, someone had to like die, if they had to like die first.
Definitely.
Like, because it was definitely like, way back like cavemen days.
They're like, I don't know why I'm dying right now.
And they were like, I don't know why, but like my mouth is so dry. My lips cracking. And then they were just like, maybe they fell into the river and they were like, hey, wait a sec.
Hold up. Hey.
It was probably an accident. Yeah. I doubt it was something they were like, we should definitely put that inside our body. It might make a difference.
Well, they probably got it from animals.
Probably.
Probably seen
but how
animals.
the fuck did animals know? trial and error. Like, it was probably an accident. A deer or whatever the fuck they were called back then fell into the river, and he was like, wait a sec.
He was like, hold on,
I feel better.
This shit slaps.
It should be hitting different.
Honestly.
No longer dehydrated.
And just like eating berries, like every fucking animal probably started eating fucking like berries and grass, and then one day someone was like, I'm gonna fuck you up and eat you. And then
Okay.
And then suddenly carnivores and omnivores are like,
But that also would have been a trial and error process.
well,
Can I kill you? Like what if deers were like
aggressive,
like venomous or like some shit like that, and like a lion attacks it and then just bites it back and just dies? He's like, well, fuck me.
You're like, god damn.
Must say I was not expecting this in any way.
You're earlier
And the
than I
berries
expected.
too.
Yeah, who ate
They would have just had to like eat it and be like,
and like, yeah.
But would they have even known like maybe this would kill me?
Well, yeah, and like
They probably just died.
discovering all like the poisonous fucking plants and shit. Someone would have ate that and been like, fuck, or like a fucking deer or
Whatever they were.
a fucking little motherfucker would have ate that and been like, and then everyone would have else been like, don't eat that fucking
They're
thing.
like, all right, so that killed that dude or that thing.
Fuck
Don't
that
eat
thing.
it.
Fuck that thing.
And
Fuck that thing in particular.
like everything of our basic needs were a trial and error process.
100%.
Like they probably didn't sleep until their body put them to sleep. They were
Yeah.
like, hey.
They probably just stayed awake until they were
And
like,
then they woke up. They were like, "Where did everything go? Like,
where is
why
the
was
dark?
everything black?
Where is the dark?
Just like, okay, so like dreams and shit.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
I'm about to pull all of you down like this fucking deep, dark loophole.
Abyss.
I'm undoing the dream of reality. Like, so when you dream about like people's like you see people. It's like people you've seen.
Yeah,
in your life,
your mind
and
can't
like
create a
places that
face.
you've seen and like all that shit.
Yeah.
What was like the first humans' dreams? Like, did they even dream?
Definitely.
Like, what would they have dreamt of?
Rocks.
That's just it. Just
Yeah.
rocks.
Animals.
And then they woke up. They were like, "Oh, what the fuck was that?" Sort of thing, because they were awake and then their body put them to sleep.
Well, they probably thought they were awake when they were dreaming, and then they woke up.
But then
and
it
they were
went
like,
black, and then they were like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like my body feels like different now."
I feel better.
Like, imagine how confusing that would have been to be the first one who's ever dreamt of anything.
Fucking jeez.
Do you know that your body or your mind on average has like a bunch of dreams every night? I don't know the exact number, but like on average, there's like a miscellaneous amounts of dreams. And then like, but you can only really remember like one, maybe two, at max. But it's like 6, 7, 8. Like,
Yeah, I only ever remember like one, like semi-long one.
this is completely off topic, but have you ever realized that you've never actually seen an entire movie?
Not this again.
I don't think we covered this.
Yeah, you talked about this the other day.
Oh,
But
okay,
carry
well,
on.
Maybe throw back.
No, not in the podcast. I
Oh,
don't think, but you talked
okay.
about it. I think, but go ahead, share.
Yeah, so technically you've never seen an entire movie before, because the amount of time that you sit and watch a movie, you would blink obviously because you need to, and those are like tiny milliseconds of like darkness, but all of them added up over time, not even a whole second, but like maybe
Maybe. You
who
never know.
knows.
Not
But
I.
you've never seen an entire movie from start to finish before.
No.
Because eventually you would have had to like blink and shit like that. So
I'm sure you could watch it over and over again, and you would blink in different parts, and eventually
Yes.
see the entire movie.
but how many times would you have to watch that movie?
Who knows?
Many times.
Crazy. Yeah, definitely. Faux show.
Yeah, I don't think you would ever blink at the exact same time. Ever.
I bet nobody's ever blinked in the same part of the day before. You always
know.
blink in a different.
Have you ever like thought about it though? Never until right now. But like, I've never thought about like, I wonder if I did blink. Is it blinked? Blunk.
Blonked.
Yeah, blunked. Like, did I blink at the same time? Wait, is it just blink? Did I blink?
Well,
like, did I blink like the same time yesterday, or I blinked?
Well, there's no such thing as
just like throw back to the pants eye or pantses in the
so
first
much pants.
episode.
There's no such thing as like a plural blink though.
No,
because a blink is both eyes, a wink is one.
Just like the word beer.
So if you blink or if you blinked,
you blinked.
I would say
I did blink.
Yeah, but
holy shit.
Well, I think it's only if you're referring to another person. Yeah, they blinked. You wouldn't say they blink.
They did blink.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could say that.
Maybe that's how it's supposed to be.
Well, but that's like, just like anything, like they or there, they are. You know, it's like they did or they blinked. They blinked, like they did blink.
They did.
It's like grammar is just fucked.
English.
Who made this up? Who decided that this is how I'm gonna just mind fuck the rest of the world until
it was somebody. Somebody made this up.
Somebody was like, I'm gonna put everybody and their great grandma through absolute
hell,
mental depression forever. Nobody can. I mean, I'm sure somebody has mastered grammar. Some fucking nerd, but like.
But do you think they fully mastered?
No, I feel like it's not something that you can, especially because different languages have different pronunciations and like like different little things and like so many different languages, so much pants.
If you were born deaf, what language and tone would you think in?
Yeah.
Would you not? Because you always have like a voice of reason, like a conscience.
Yeah, but how do you know that?
Well, eventually. Well, no.
Oh.
But
have you talked to a deaf person that told you that?
No.
Oh.
Stop.
So we don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm
and that's kind of ignorant to ask.
Yeah. Can you hear? Is there a voice in your head?
Do you think?
Put it in the comment section down below.
Honestly, isn't that crazy? Or like, do blind people have dreams where they see things?
I don't know. I don't know these things.
This is like the money pit at the end of the episode that nobody will ever reach because they always stop listening like 10 minutes in. But this is where the pit is. This is the good shit.
And this is where we're gonna end.
If you somehow made it this long, convince others to please stay this long because it always gets funnier.
It's always good near the end because we're right in our fucking loop.
It always gets better. It's always more of a mind fuck near the end. So,
but
convince others.
This is all for today.
This is all.
That's it for this episode. Stay easy.
Stay sleazy.
And we'll see you next time.